Howdy, y'all. Happy Friday. It's a great day for American history. Again, I will not be here today as I am in Casper, but I wanted to make sure you guys all know what we're doing today. Hang on tight. This might take me just a minute. First of all, if you're looking at the focus work here, your job is to take this Tejas quiz, which I realized I didn't open up yesterday, and I apologize for that. It should be the first thing that you have in Schoology. So let me make sure that it is. Drag it over here. Should be the first thing you guys have in there. 6th period, Tejas. Click on it. Should be available to you because in my settings, it does say it's enabled. So we're ready to go there. Okay. So you can use your notes that you took yesterday as you watched the video on the quiz. Okay. What I saw in 1st period was that a ton of people had great notes, and then they took the quiz, and every answer to the quiz is actually on your notes. Okay. A lot of people missed questions that were in their notes. I could look at their notes and see that they had gotten stuff, like they had the stuff in there. So review the notes, look over it, make sure you know the story of how we got Texas, and then use those notes on the quiz. Complete the quiz. Never mind if the first question or the last question don't show your score correctly. I will fix those. If Schoology isn't correcting or isn't grading them correctly, I will go back in and fix those. Don't worry about that too much. Make sure you hand in both your focus work, because we're on focus work number 6 today, and make sure that you hand in your notes. Okay. That being said, that should take us probably the first 5 minutes of class. I don't think the quiz should take you very long. It's a pretty simple quiz. Beyond that, we are going to start diving into kind of how Texas happened and why it happened in a little bit more depth. And to do that, you guys have the documents that are on the front table. They look like this: document A, document B, document C, document D. None of them are very long, but I'll have you guys look through them and fill out a sheet that looks like this. You'll do it paper pencil, but I have a quick example of how you do it here. So really what you guys are looking at is document by document reasons why Texas declared independence from Mexico. And what I want you guys to do is just run through these questions. But the first one's kind of goofy, so I wanted to do it with you. Let me see. Yeah, document A is right here, and it's about Texas independence. Okay, so the first question that it asks you is, what's the name of the document? Who wrote it? Is it a Mexican perspective or an American perspective? And what is the year? That's kind of the information that you have in here. And this one's a little bit goofy because it doesn't quite give you great sourcing information on it. So let's do that together here real quick. This is the Texas Declaration of Independence, modeled after the American Declaration of Independence. It happens, we have a date here, March 2nd, 1836, and it's written by Texans. So if I was going to fill this out, I just go bullet points. And again, you guys can kind of bullet this stuff out on your document that you have. Texans wrote it. In the middle where it says like Mexican, Texan, or American, we're going to say Texan. And I say that specifically on this one, and your document doesn't say Texan or American. So sorry. They're Texans. They're people that have chosen either to become Mexican citizens so they could get land, or illegally immigrate to Mexico so that they could get some land and wealth. One way or another, they're Texans. They're not Americans anymore, in my opinion. That's like me judging them kind of a thing. So note that this is the Texas Declaration of Independence, and our year was 1836. Okay, that's when all this stuff goes down. Okay, now if I look into the document, it says, according to this document, why did Texans decide to declare independence in 1836? Provide a quote to support your claim. As I look at the document, historically, like I know what the Declaration of Independence looks like. You guys had to memorize it last year when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one group to dissolve the political lands, blah, 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 blah. When a government ceases to protect the lives, liberty, and property of the people, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish such government and create another one that will secure their future welfare and happiness. General Santa Anna has overturned the Constitution of his country and now offers us the cruel option either to abandon our homes or submit to the most intolerable of all tyranny. And then we get the list of all the terrible things that Santa Anna has done. As I look at this historically, I know that this is modeled after our Declaration of Independence. I know that Santa Anna is like King George in this case. He's the tyrant that we're saying has stepped on our lives, liberty, and property. And here are our list of grievances, just like in our U.S., Declaration of Independence. And I do need you to look through this whole thing, right? But as I come back over to here, and I want to fill this out, and I want to do this for you guys quickly. Why did Texans declare independence? They believed that provide a quote to support your claim. Let's say the Mexican government and Santa Anna particularly had, what are the words that they use that are pretty much straight out of the Declaration of Independence? They have ceased or stopped to protect the lives, liberty, and property of the people. Oops. Okay, that's why. That's why Texans decided to declare independence. They felt like their lives, liberty, and property had been violated by Santa Anna and the Mexican government. And I do want you to make sure you read through this whole thing and list the particular arguments that they make against the Mexican government. But you get the idea right there. In the final one is this bit of sourcing. This is good historical thinking I need you guys to do. Do you trust the perspective of the document? Why or why not? Think about the source in every case. In this case, we have a group of Texans. As I stated earlier, I believe that I have trouble believing the perspective of Texans. Now I need to explain why, okay? And I should type this in, but it's going to take too long, so let me just tell you. I have trouble believing the perspective of the Texans because you should be writing a because in here. In my case, it's because either, like I said, these were people who went to Mexico and chose to become citizens of Mexico and therefore are, in my opinion, they have an allegiance to Mexico, right? Or they're people that went there illegally. And I know that the majority of people that did go to Texas went there illegally. So for them to be talking about all of these things like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness or property or all these things that we feel like a government should protect, to me is garbage because they left a country that, at least for them, because they're white American males in majority, right? That government did protect their life, liberty, and property. It might not have protected the life, liberty, and property of American Indians or anyone else, but they left a country that did protect their life, liberty, and property to go out into Mexico. And so I think their perspective is a little bit skewed on this. You can disagree, and there's good reasons why. Particularly if you look at this document, what they maybe, especially those people that went there legally, they went there under the idea that there was a constitution in this country. And then once General Santa Anna gets rid of that constitution, then they could be like, deal off. I get that. However, I feel like that was their choice, and I have a tough time believing the perspective of this document. So you guys get hopefully how to fill out the graphic organizer. Please do that. Once you're done with that, you're going to go back over to Schoology, and you're going to click on 6th period. And in the thing that's below the Tejas quiz is the Texan independence discussion. Please follow the instructions there and do your best to get that done before the end of class. Work on it through the end of class. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.